What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hey, do you need health insurance to get into Cambodia? Huh? Do you? How about a letter of employment, letter of invitation if you want the e-visa? We're going to talk about all that in just a minute. But first, as always, I want to remind you that I have books for sale. Lovely, lovely books, including Live in Cambodia, a guide for living in the Kingdom of Wonder. I also have two horror anthology books. One is called The Things That Happen at Night, and the other one is called Monsters, which I just recently released, as well as a novelette, a slasher comedy set in a retirement home with some very feisty old folks. 36 pages of blood and humor, and that one's only $1. And of course I have my book, a big book of weird top 10 lists, which is just what it sounds like. It's a big book filled with facts and from every aspect of the world. And you can purchase all those at one link. I finally got them all together in just one place, and that link is of course in the description. Separately, these would all be $15 if you bought them all one by one. However, if you want to help support the channel directly, anybody who sent at least $10 through PayPal, and that link is down below, I will send you all of those books right to your email, and you can save yourself $5. So you can help support the channel. You can get 5 awesome books to read, and it's always appreciated. Just be sure when you do that, though, that in that little message box before you send it to PayPal, you write me a message with your email address so I know where to send it. So check out those links. They're all down in the description. There's two things I want to talk about. First of all, it was just announced that the online e-visa is back and available for all countries. Up until this time, it was only available for Taiwanese passport holders. You could always get your tourist visa online, but now they have made the e-visa available for all countries. You can get that online. Normally, if you wanted an e-visa, you can get one on arrival, and you can still do that, by the way. You can get one when you arrive in Cambodia. It's $35. And that is still the way I recommend. And the reason I say that is because if you apply for one online, you're going to need extra documentation, and it will be a little bit more money. From the article I read, the price will be $42 instead of $35. And according to the article, they also require you to, if you want to apply for the e-visa online, they require you to show health insurance. You need a letter of employment or a letter of invitation, or proof that you have some kind of business dealings here in Cambodia, some kind of official documentation. You will also need a credit card, and your passport has to be valid for at least 6 months from the time the visa expires, I believe is what it said. But that is an option if you'd rather get your e-visa before you arrive in Cambodia instead of doing it upon arrival. And I guess for some people that would make sense depending on your situation and why you're coming over here. But for the most part, I would still recommend, if you're looking for the EVisa, which is the one you need for long-term stay, that if you get it on arrival, you don't need any health insurance. You don't need any documentation of a, letter of employment or letter of invitation, or you don't have to be starting a business or anything like that. So I'll leave that up to you, but it is something new. A lot of people in the past have asked why Cambodia does not allow you to get an e-visa in advance. My answer, as always, because it comes from the government, I don't know. I don't know why they do what they do and don't do what they don't do. I don't have the answers for that, my friends, but that option is now available for a few extra dollars and some documentation. And if you want to know the website to get your visa online, there is a link down below for that as well. I will leave that, and you can go check it out if you want. Another thing people have had questions about, they've been asking me if Cambodia is planning on bringing back proof of vaccination to enter the country. And I know how that got confused, and I'll explain that to you. But the short answer is no, not right now anyway. I can't speak for the future, but right now Cambodia has no plans to bring back needing proof of vaccination before you can enter the country. Just like 6 months ago, I think, 4 to 6 months ago, they eliminated all that proof that you needed. They adjusted their rules and their entry requirements so that you didn't need any of that stuff. But the reason people are asking is because often in this part of the world, if one country does something, other countries sometimes tend to follow. And I do know some people who have told me that they plan on coming to Cambodia, but first they want to visit Thailand. They want to go to Thailand first and then come to Cambodia. Now in that case, yes, you will definitely need your proof of vaccination, because Thailand has announced that they are now requiring all foreigners, before they enter Thailand, to show proof of vaccination. At least 2 jabs, at least your first 2 vaccines. You'll need that if you want to enter Thailand by air. I'm not sure about land crossings. The article said specifically by air. So for those of you who have said, hey, I'm going to come to Cambodia, but first I'm going to hunker down over in Thailand for a while, just be prepared that you're going to need to show proof of vaccination if you want to do it that way. But as far as getting into Cambodia, as I said, no. There's no requirement. And if you don't know, the reason that Thailand is doing that is because for the longest time really, China has had travel restrictions because they've still been dealing heavily with their COVID situation. So people from China have not been able to travel. But now China has lifted the travel restrictions, And so Thailand and of course Cambodia also is expecting a huge influx of Chinese tourists and visitors here very, very soon. And because of the COVID situation in China, Thailand has decided to make sure that the people coming in are all vaccinated. Just to make sure. Cambodia has not said that though. They said that they plan on welcoming back Chinese tourists with open arms, with no restrictions, just like any other country. So that's what's happening with all that. I've got questions about both those things, about the visas on arrival and versus the EVisa online. And people have asked if Cambodia is planning on following suit with their COVID vaccine requirements to enter. And not right now. Like I said, I can't speak for the future. I'm not an oracle. But if I hear anything, of course, I'll let you know. Ooh, some good smells down here. All right, so as always, be sure to check out all my links down below. I have links down there to PayPal, Ko-Fi.com. Check out my books at the Ko-Fi shop. You can purchase them all right through Ko-Fi. And like I said, send me a donation of $10 through PayPal. In the message box, leave me your email, and you can save $5 on all my books, and I'll send them all to you. And if you do it that way, I'll also send along any of my future books for free. So that's a really good deal. I have other channels listed in the description that are vlogging from this part of the country. Be sure to check those out. They're all really good channels, and you should definitely give them a watch and a listen. My social media is all down below, as well as my the link to my other channel, Horror Reads. If you like horror books, every 3 or 4 days I upload a new video there discussing the latest horror book or horror books that I have read. So be sure to check that out. And don't forget to pick up your copy of Ooze. Ooze is a horror anthology, a body horror anthology, coming out on March 1st. And I'm excited to say that my first published story that I didn't self-publish is going to be included in this anthology. It's called Got You Too. And the only way you're going to be able to read it, it's exclusive for this anthology. I can't post it online anywhere. I can't send it out to anybody. So the only way you're going to be able to read that is if you purchase the anthology Ooze. There is a link down below where you can pre-order that. And on March 1st, it'll be delivered right to you. And it's not only my story, it's 19 other authors. So you're going to get 20 great ooey gooey body horror stories. All right, from Siem Reap in Cambodia. I will talk to you guys in the next one.